Hey guys, in conversation with Aspire Solutions, I am Mushfika Samodin, Business Director of Aspire Solutions, a custom software development house, and we've decided to share our journey with you in conversation. Today, I will be focusing, I'll be in conversation with Verushka van Jaarsveld, who is our GIS technician, and she will be giving us some insight as to what the role is about, how she is empowering herself, and how she finds the industry on a whole as a woman. So, Verushka, your role, technology, where you see it. Maybe start off when people ask you, Verushka, what is it that you do?
I get a blank stare when they ask me what I do and I tell them. And I think it's mostly because everyone in tech is meant to be, they have a stereotype, of being a certain type of person, maybe more introverted or quiet, or I don't want to say nerdy, but, and then here comes me, this colorful little sunflower that totally doesn't fit the role of being especially a woman in technology. As we know, that's also a gap that we are at Aspire are trying to fill more to get more women into technology. But my role is completely different to how Ali started, because I actually loved geography at school, and a year after school I started looking for jobs doing anything, literally being a secretary, a receptionist, and Aspire had an opening and I went to go and look at their website, do some research, and I saw it was very geographical, and immediately that was something that was a green light for me. But I had no experience, I didn't study after school, didn't get a degree. So I literally walked in at Aspire. I think it's going into my 14th year next year, 14 years ago, with no experience, no even know-how of what a GIS technician did. And my mentor at that time, Rochelle McDermott, and Mike was also involved, literally sat with me for weeks on end, teaching me the basics of GIS. And because I have a passion for geography, it just took off for me, where I then evolved, growing every year more and more to where, I now basically run our little GIS department at Aspire. But with that has also come the need to want to grow and evolve as a woman in tech. And therefore I want to do UX design now, because I realized that my flair is for creativity within the technology space. So that is my goal going forward, is to still grow and build on that.
So, Ali, if 8 years ago someone said to you they were a GIS technician, would you know what that meant?
Absolutely not.
So,
Absolutely not.
Verushka, explain both GIS technician, in summary, what that actually is, and you're saying you're going into UX. So, from a conversation perspective, what does that mean?
So generally when you say, oh, I'm a geographic information systems technician, it sounds very lardy. But to dumb it down for people, or to just put it in simpler terms, I always say it's the creation of maps, taking data from a raw source, cleaning it up and putting it into a pretty map. Or as soon as you say, oh, the map on your GPS, then people sort of understand, oh, okay, geography maps. But I've also realized that with UX, you get to give the user that experience of having a positive experience on your site, website, platform, whatever it may be. So I find that often I'm let down when I go to certain sites, and I almost get frustrated, and therefore I started looking into what can I study, having no degree to now wanting a degree at 35 years old. What can I study to give me that piece of paper as well, and that knowledge and that know-how, because I've got 14 years of experience, but I now want that little, official degree. So when that comes up in conversation, I can also drop it like Ali does, my degree.
So I think that's what we're trying to assess. I mean, Ali, from an application perspective, how readily available information is, or call it the education system. Would they provide a matriculant with the, call it the starter kit required for you to understand what your outcome is going to be initially? Or where are you finding that now? And Barushka, I'm going to ask you the same question, if we can just get Ali to give us some what he sees on an application perspective.
On an applications perspective, I would say it's readily available with regards to short courses, um, online courses where you get free, paid. Um, so, yes,
So you basically tell a matriculant log on now and see what's available
you
prior
can.
to. Okay.
You can, yes.
Varushka, your side on the UX
For me, I think my journey has been a little bit different because I've always felt that I needed to evolve into the person I want to become. I had no idea what I wanted to do when I finished school. It was literally take the first job and see where it goes. And I've explored in various different fields, even within being in a full-time position, you know. And it's just, I think that as a matriculant, sometimes you either know you're going to be a doctor or you're going to be a this or you're going to be a that. But if you don't, I would actually say do a few short courses, go intern at companies, whether it's companies you never thought you would work at. So if you are not into tech, but you thought, well, you know, I like updating Twitter and whatever, go work for a marketing company that maybe does marketing for online companies that use social media. Or I think you need to, I wish I pushed my boundaries more when I was younger in going into internships, even if you have to work for free, seeing what grasps you. But I do think that at school, they need to give learners the opportunity to experience things more in a tech sort of field, because we never had that obviously 15 years ago, 16 years ago at school. It was typewriters at one stage still. So I think that that would be, our education system would need to open up those doors more, and they probably have, you know, in the interim, but
yeah, because I mean, I think that's what we're trying to understand. There are subjects that are available like CAT, but it's opening the mindset to, yes, your degree is vital. If that is what you know, there's the logical formation of matriculating and then tertiary education. However, it's not saying neglect that. It's saying do things in parallel to keep up the pace with tech. So if anything, the message would be that our education system exists. Yes, it's not a slander. It's more evolve with the technology that's available, evolve with the platforms that are available for students going into tech to understand a bit more.
Well, I think what's also nice is that there's a space for both, because if you look at Ali and I, it's degree versus short courses. We are completely the opposite, but we've both found our own space, and almost in similar timing if you think about it, because for the first few years I didn't really want to grow further, so I didn't really look. So in 8 years, Ali with his degree and me with my short courses both found ourselves beginning a new part of our career going forward. So did the degree push him and give him better opportunities? Maybe, maybe not. Did my short courses hold me back? No, they didn't, because I'm still growing within my field.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And
so that's an interesting mind-opening debate, that.
Clearly, and I think we should unpack it a bit more. However, I think last statements from your side, Ali, it would be things like make things more available, or awareness, educate on what's available to educate.
Yes, definitely.
Make yourself aware to what's available, yes.
Awesome. Verushka, closing on your side?
I think it would just be wonderful to see more women come into this sort of industry, and also show our grit, because I believe there's a lot of young females that I've seen lately that could technically come whoop some butt at Aspire's office at some point.
More female developers.
More female developers.
Yeah. So it would give you both sides, both design and dev. This is In Conversation, Aspire Solutions. I am the business director, Mushrika Samodin, and with it being Women's Month, I think Verushka has made it very, very clear. Ali has added his flavor, where education is key. Educate yourself on what is available, and yes, we definitely need more women in tech. In Conversation with Aspire Solutions.